Right, welcome back. Today what we're going to do is we're going to create a water quality layer for our field work trip with either field maps or collector for ArcGIS. This is great for a field work report, and we're going to start by going to Home and Content. This is a fairly quick and easy one to do, although it's pretty important to get it right. First thing we're going to do in Content is hit Create, Feature Layer, and we've seen the other stuff, so we're just going to build a layer. And we're going to select Point Data and Create. I'm going to create this point layer as Water Quality, Field Report 2021. I'm not bother turning on Capture GPS or Z values. I just hit Next, and then the next thing I do is I'd hold down Shift and zoom around the area you want to go to. I'm going to go to, you can go to anywhere, but I'm just going to go to Cylinder Beach because we're doing a field trip in a week. And you can point look at, and that's where we'll be collecting our data. And just hit Next. I'm going to enter the title, and the title is going to be Water Quality for Field Report 2021. I'm just going to add some tags. And so we're ready to rock and roll. That should create a layer in a second. Now this is great. You can do this for quadrats, you can do this for vegetation layers, all sorts of stuff you can do this for. So that works really well. It's loading, and we should get a water quality for Field Report 2021. Look at that, fantastic. Now, next thing we're going to do is go to Data. We need to add some data to our layer, and then we're going to hit Table and Field over here on the right, and we're going to hit that. We're going to go Add. Now the first thing I want to do is my site location. So make sure you don't have any spaces on the field name, and then display name, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to make it a string. Integer is a number, double is a decimal point number, and then date. We want string, new field, and then we need to go down to that layer. You can see the photos and files are here. And site location, we're going to create a list. I'm going to call this site 1, stored value 0, add. And I'm going to have 5 sites. I'm going to hit save, and that will pop down as a layer. Now I'm just going to get out of that. I'm going to add a few more. So this one, I'm going to add PH, and PH. And I want, this time I want a double, because that will give me a decimal point. I don't need to add any fields to this one, because it's just going to collect one number. Then I'm going to add the temperature, and total again, because it'll be 22 point something, so, or 24 point something. I'm going to add ecoli. This time I want an integer, because the value will be parts per 100 mil. And can add other layers like dissolved oxygen. And on an integer. And finally, phosphate. Someone's alarm going off in the background. That will end soon, hopefully. There we go. Phosphate level. And I'm going to do an integer there. Add. And I've got all my layers. So now I'm going to go to table, pH, water temp, pretty good. So overview. The one thing I would do here is I'd go and check that you've got the enabled attachment. That will allow your students to take photographs of the site as well, which will link directly to the point that they take. So now we go in, we check our layer, it should come into that layer. Beautiful, comes in at that layer. Let's have a look at our content. We can change our background if we want, and we can go image. So there's our layer. For our field work, we'll just check. We've got all our layers, site location, and it will come up probably, yep, site 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then as we gather data, we'll be able to do that now. What we're going to do now is we're going to save as, it's called My Map, so we're going to call it water quality. For field report 2021. I've got a tag, I'm going to go Cylinder Beach. Save map. And that saved our map, so there's our title. Now, one thing we need to check is we need to go back to content. Now that we've saved that, it should come up as the top layer, and here it is here. Now, to share it with our students, you can go everyone, but I would go organisation, edit with sharing group, and I'm going to go Wavell State High School for mine, and I'm going to save that. Now, if you want to use it in field maps, that I'd just update all the time, and then we can go into the new app here, which is called Field Maps. We can go into Collector as well, but this one should pop in, and there's our maps. Water quality for field report comes up top. I'm going to open that, and that tells me that I'll be able to use it on my iPad, or I can use it offline. Looks brilliant. That's exactly what I want, and that's it for now. So that'll be able to be used on an iPhone, a iPad, any sort of phone with the app downloaded. You can either have field maps or Collector for ArcGIS, and that's a great way to collect data. Thanks very much for listening. Talk to you next time.